And good evening to you. I'm Marnie Hughes. We begin tonight with breaking news: an arrest made in a horrific crime in a small Midwest community, the murder of a 10-year-old girl. Her name is Lily Peters. Just moments ago, authorities announced that they have a juvenile in custody in connection to Lily's death. Peters was found murdered near a popular trail just days ago. She got on her bike to go home, but she never made it there. Her killing has sent shockwaves through this small Wisconsin city. Schools and law enforcement urging parents to be vigilant and keep an eye on their children. Many wondered if there was a killer living among them. And tonight, we know that is true with this shocking development in the last hour. Correspondent Kelly Beeson joining us with the very latest details and what we're hearing from police at this hour.
That's right, Marnie. Well, authorities in this case say they received hundreds of tips. And just moments ago, this startling news from police.
This evening, we arrested a juvenile suspect in this case. The suspect was not a stranger. The suspect was known to the victim. We do not believe there is any danger to the community.
And again, police have been working tirelessly since discovering Lily Peters' body. Many questions remain, including how she died. But you heard there, we now know that the suspect in custody is a juvenile male known to Lily.
She was just a sweet, innocent little girl. There needs to be some type of justice here.
In a city of 14,000, purple ribbons show signs of support for a community grappling with the news.
It's just so sad that this happened, and I just don't really know how to put it into words.
I don't think we've actually grasped it yet.
It comes after 10-year-old Ileana Peters, also known as Lily Peters, was found dead near a wooded trail Monday morning. Police calling the case an active homicide investigation.
The people of our community are honest, hardworking, and kind-hearted. It is almost impossible to believe that something this horrific could happen in our city.
9 p.m. Sunday night, Lily's father reported she had not returned home from a visit to her aunt's house, a location about 5 blocks away. Officers later found a bike in the woods near a walking trail north of both residences. Monday morning, the coroner's office confirming the body found in that same area is the body of Lily Peters.
There's just a void. There's a sadness, a deep hurting.
Just knowing that she went down that trail, and that was the same trail my kids walked down by themselves all the time. It was a safe place up until Sunday.
And police saying now that there's no further threat to the community. We heard that, Marnie. But, you know, for those hours in between, the district was telling families to pick up their students. You know, don't let them walk or ride their bikes to school out of an abundance of caution. And obviously a lot of fear throughout the entire city.
No, it's terrifying. You don't want to let your kids out of your sight. And now we wait to hear more about who this young man is, how he knew Lily, and exactly what happened to her. Kelly, appreciate that. Thank you. Less than an hour north of Chippewa Falls, about 45 miles, is Barron, Wisconsin. It's even smaller, just about 3,000 people live there. And in 2018, it was also thrown into the national spotlight because of a similar tragedy. Jamie Kloss, just 13 years old at the time, was at home with her parents when a man forced his way into their house, shot and killed Jamie's mother and father, and then took Jamie. He was fixated on her after seeing her get off the school bus one day. That man held Jamie captive for 88 days, rocking that small town, sparking nonstop searches for Jamie until a cold January day in 2019 when Jamie bravely escaped that home that she was being held captive in, saving herself from her captor. I'm joined now by Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald from Barron County. He was part of that investigation and search for Jamie those years ago from start to finish. And Sheriff, you know what it's like in these small communities that are not immune from the evil that we've seen in this latest case involving Lily.
Yeah, you're correct in that. And it's just a tragic event, and I'm glad they caught the killer. I mean, that's breaking news in the last 15 minutes here. So just a small town that, you know, you never give up hope. And in the Chippewa Falls case, it was a tragedy, and, you know, now we'll heal with that, and that community will heal together like the Barron community did. We had good news on our end. Obviously, we had the brave 13-year-old girl. But as a community, you never give up hope. And some good will come out of this. We just don't see it right now, but we hope good will come out of this.
As I mentioned, your community is not too far away from Chippewa Falls. Had they reached out to you for support in the search for the suspect in Lily's murder? And how do you plan on working with them in the days to come as they try to heal and understand exactly what happened?
Yeah, we offered any assistance. Obviously, in small towns, we always work together. So we didn't go and help them. They had enough help with the DCI and the FBI, who were the same team that helped us, just 3 years ago, helped us. So that team had been there, and if they needed to get to us, if they were going to do more searches, I'm sure they would have reached out. But obviously, they had a plan, or they had some, tips and some leads that led to their arrest today. So, but we're here for the community and for people that want to heal, and I think it's important that we talk about this, and it's not something we should just forget about. And I think talking about it and being honest and open about it, and finally, first of all, let the police do their job, let the family heal. But we talk to your kids, talk to the neighbors, talk about this, and keep an eye on each other. And that's what we do in Northwest Wisconsin. And we need to do a better job, every one of us. How
did you all handle the fear and also the shock in Jamie's case? And how long did that healing process take for you all?
Well, obviously, there was a lot of fear, obviously, because we didn't have a suspect for 88 days. And, until Jamie finally was brave enough to escape and show the world what a 13-year-old girl can do, we had that fear. And it was tough. It was, people didn't want to send their kids to school in the school bus. And we had that fear. And we just tried to do it. And neighbors helping neighbors and community helping neighbors and calling in tips. And that's the things that communities can do to support their local law enforcement in cases like this, is call in tips. If there's something strange, call it in. But that fear is always there. It's still there, even 3 years later. And now this just comes into light again. And now we have another small community rocked by a tragedy that, is going to have a different outcome than ours, tragically. And it's just tough. And there's no good answer for a family on, not letting your kid walk home from school. That's a tough thing for a law enforcement chief to say, because our job is to protect the community. And I feel, Chief of Chippewa Falls did an unbelievable job, and his team, and in the days to come, we'll learn more about this case. But that's a tough statement to make, to tell your kids, pick them up at school, don't let them walk home, because we expect to live in a safe neighborhood. So that's a law enforcement issue, and we'll deal with that. And we need parents and people in the community to support us in doing that.
Right. It's all of us that have to be vigilant. Does it surprise you that this person they've arrested in Lily's case was someone that she knew, that she was familiar with?
I guess I was hoping it was. I mean, I don't want it to be a stranger. In our case, it was a stranger. He didn't know Jamie when he took her. And so that creates a little bit more fear. That it's someone known reduces the fear level a little bit, but it still puts everybody on edge. So I'm sad that it's a juvenile. I'm sad, but I'm very happy they made the arrest. It does put the community at ease a little bit. I know that feeling when we got to announce Jamie was home. There was a relief in the community, a relief in law enforcement, that an arrest was made. And there's a lot of case left though. So please continue to let law enforcement do their job. I know media, we worked really good with the media, and we appreciate all the media's help, but you're not going to get all the answers that you want for the integrity of the case. And that's very important right now, is even more important than before. The integrity of the case is really the key component right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let them do their work. Sheriff, the focus right now is on Lily and what happened to her. But speaking with you, are you still in touch with Jamie and how she's doing all these years later? I still remember when it happened and the horrific details of what she witnessed, what she went through.
Yeah, we're letting her be a kid, and she's got her own life, and people are letting her be a kid, and that's what this family's going to need. They need the support, but they're going to want, they need to be a family, and let them be a family, and support them if you know them. If, like Elizabeth Smart said, if you didn't know her, you don't need to say hi to her just because you saw her picture in the paper or something like that. So I think those were great advice for communities for healing, and Jamie's doing great, and she's being a kid, and that's what we want. That's what everybody wanted, and that's what's going on. So it's great to see.
Well, and your community came together. As we mentioned, it was members of your community who helped Jamie in her time of need to get her to safety, to protect her until you all could get there. Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, we appreciate your time. I wish it were under different circumstances in Lily's case, but thank you for sharing your knowledge and insight with us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.